Hmm. Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Jobu. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Let's get open for business here this Friday morning. That's right, it is finally the weekend. We get through today, it's Saturday, and then, of course, game day. Now, the amazing thing for me is I'd rather have bad football than no football at all. The off season sucks. I hate it. I'd rather be watching my Cowboys lose than not watching anything at all. Not a lot of people think that way. We have, I hate to say it, but in some respects, the Eagles were right. We have a lot of bandwagon fans that are now jumping ship. They're not loud and as proud as they were when the season started or after a win. They've gone into hiding. In fact, listening to Sports Talk 980, they're basically calling us out. You know, Cowboy fans aren't loud and proud like they were before. They're suckers. They're running hide. You're hearing the Eagles, who play us this week, talking about that exact same thing. Well, I got to tell you, I'm a diehard Dallas Cowboy fan. Doesn't mean I like everything they do. In fact, I think it sucks what we have going on the field. I'm not happy about that, but it doesn't mean I'm no longer loyal to my team. You see, outside there, I have a flag that's over here outside my man cave. I got a flag that's in front of my house here in Washington Redskin territory. It still flies just like it always does, 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. I'm a diehard, and I will be till the day I die. Make no mistake about it, this season sucks. We're awful. This weekend will determine, I think, a lot of things about this team. I equate this to being a playoff game. Because the Cowboys, to have any hope for anything for this season, they have to win on Sunday. Basically, mathematically, you're not eliminated, but at 3-6, it's over. If you beat the Eagles and go 4-5 with the Redskins in a couple weeks, you got some hope. But you've got to win this one. Nobody's given us a chance. I believe we are a 7-point underdog. Hell, by kickoff, it might be 70 points. The Eagles players are laughing at us. And what I'll say is Jason Garrett is a survivor. Every time you think that things are bad enough that we are going to make a change, the Cowboys do just enough to say maybe we ought to hold on. Maybe we shouldn't rebuild just yet. Maybe there's hope. My head says we get blown out, but my heart still says, I'm not so sure about this one. This might be the time that the team comes up off the mat. And make no mistake about it, if the players care about the coaching staff and Jason Garrett and believe in him as a coach, they will come out and play for his job. Because that, in essence, is what they will be doing on Sunday. If the Cowboys get blown out, it would not surprise me if Scott Linehan got fired on Monday, as well as possibly Jason Garrett. I know Jerry Jones is saying, we don't want to do that. That's not what we would do and all that. But he said the exact same things about Wade Phillips. Once you become an embarrassment and no hope for playoffs, that's when you start looking for the next thing. Now, so many of you Cowboy fans are so doom and gloom. We suck. We're finally going to get a high draft pick. And, we wasted it on Amari Cooper. Well, understand this. First thing first. Draft position isn't only the first round. Draft position is every single one of them. If we end up being a top 10 pick, yeah, the Raiders have that. But guess what? If you're top 10 pick, that means your second round is pretty close to being a first. You're high in the second round. Same thing with your third, your fourth, your fifth, your sixth. All those draft picks still move up. And I'm not mad about the trade for Amari Cooper because clearly he has more raw talent than anybody on the roster as far as wide receiver goes. And your goal in next year's draft would be to find an impact player, a starter, potentially a Pro Bowl player. And I believe you got that with him. And unlike an older player, he's only 24. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with not having that first pick because drafting is a crapshoot. We've been spoiled with our first round picks because pretty much everybody we've drafted in the first round, with the exception of the jury being out with Taco, and the jury, of course, we know about Morris Claiborne, but everybody else we've drafted in the first round has been a starter and or Pro Bowler. That's not the case with a lot of teams. A lot of teams have bust. A lot of teams that drafted the first round this year have bust. So understand there's no guarantees. In the same way people say, trash Dak. Get yourself a first round drafted quarterback. Well, I hate to tell you, there's no guarantees just because you get a guy in the first round that he's going to be a franchise quarterback. Everything you do in the NFL is a gamble. Sometimes you look like a genius because it works out. Other times, you look like idiots because it doesn't. And it's a very, very thin line between winning and losing. Sometimes it comes down to just a couple of plays. So we'll see what happens on Sunday. I'll be here live streaming during the game because I will do that every single week at every game because I love my Cowboys. I love football, and I'd rather have bad football than no football. And we'll be live streaming, of course, tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern, finally get back into the groove after being gone. And we may take some calls from you guys so that way you guys can vent a little bit about how you feel about the team, what the team needs to do, and so forth. We've already heard from a 7-year-old who seemed to be spot on about the Cowboys' problems. Let's see if you guys have some better answers. Well, guys, I got to get to work. Can't quit my day job. So I'll see you guys with any news on the Dallas Cowboys. And, hats off to Philly 500 last night. We did a video together kind of talking about the game and things like that. He's actually cool people, even though he is an Eagle fan. I'm Mark Holmes. And look at it this way. It's only got to get better. I'll see you soon.